Right, near-death experience then. Yeah, August 30th, 2011, woke up, had this horrible stabbing pain in my chest, right around where my left lung was. It felt like at first, if you imagine your knuckle, someone got their knuckle and was really pushing it in your chest, that's what it felt like. It was horrible. But I'm quite stubborn, you know, I ain't want to go to the doctors in hospital now. I sat there and thought, well, you know what I mean, it'd just probably pass and that. And I say within the next day, it was horrible and I felt absolutely fucking dead. I mean, my whole... Sorry for some of the swearing in this, I'm terrible for it, so if I curse or anything, please forgive me. It ain't intentional, it's just a bad habit. But anyway, I woke up the next day and it was really bad, and I was a bit worried in my partner, because I care for my partner because she's sick. She's obviously worried, she you know, she loves us and depends on me. And you know, I sat there through it again that day. I was, you know, it was always on my mind sort of thing. And within a few days, I mean, my maximum breath I could take was like that. That was all I could, the air I could breathe into my lungs was that sort of amount of air. And it took me, what would take me a 5-minute walk to get to the shops took me 3/4 of an hour. I had to stop every few seconds. I was dripping with sweat, freezing cold, and I honestly felt like I was just gonna drop dead. And as I say, this went on for 11 days. This ain't like, you know, oh, run down chest infection. I'm telling you, this was fucking awful. And, you know, I tried battling through it, just hoping it would go and go. But I say, probably by day 6, oh man, I started thinking about death and all sorts, and thinking like, you know, I'm gonna die and whatnot. But I kept trying to like fight through the pain and hoping it would go. I'm never going to be able to describe to you how bad I was, because obviously you weren't there to see me, and it's kind of hard to explain it, but none of you know me, but whoever knows me knows that if I say it's bad, it's beyond bad, it's ridiculous, you know. But I'll get to the main bit of this. It was the last day 10. Got my partner to bed, and I couldn't even lay down. This was probably going on for about 7 days. I could not lay down. I had to sit up, because as soon as I laid back, even a little bit, it felt like someone had just stabbed me through the chest, and I'd scream and have to jump up for that sort of thing. And I was sitting there this night, it's probably about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, sitting there on the sofa with a blanket wrapped around me, and I felt so close to death. And by this point I'd almost accepted it. I felt so fucking ill that I was sort of looking just for a way out. I was almost thinking about just, you know, if we've got a little river down my home, just go down the river and fucking die so my missus didn't have to see us, you know, in the morning dead. But, you know, I didn't even have the strength for it, and I was sitting there and I just felt so close, like this fine line between going and being alive. And for about, how can I put this? I was sitting there and just felt dead, absolute fucking dead. And the next thing, I swear to you, this is God's honest truth, the next thing, I was in space. I mean, this is going to sound really fucking mad, but please bear with me, alright? Because I swear to God and to you, this is the truth. I just want to share this video, well, make this video and share it with some people who may have had similar experiences. And I'm not expecting any of you to believe me at all, because it's going to sound fucking crazy, but yeah, I was in space. And at first when I was in space I was panicking, because I was thinking, man, there's no air in space, and you know, I'm panicking, but then after a few seconds I realised, you know, I'm breathing fine. And even though I weren't I don't think I was my physical... I felt like myself, but I couldn't see myself. It was like... You know your sense of place, like I'm sitting here, you feel like this is you. But it was sort of like that. I was in space, all these stars and that, it was lovely, and there was this huge planet, big planet with a giant face on it of this man, and he looked at me with the entire expression, the same expression throughout the whole duration of this. He just looked really, really pissed off. His face didn't change at all, he just looked really pissed off. And I remember I was moving really slowly through space, and at first I was really interested, but then I started to think to myself after a while, like, you know, I'm dying. I started to realise, like, this is the journey to the other side, like I was just in the middle, right between the two. And it was more mental in here trying, because I started to panic, if you can sort of understand, in my head, because I was in space. So I was realising that if I die, I'm going to leave my partner who I'm caring for behind, and she's going to have no one, and I don't trust anyone in the world to look after her. It's got to be me. It's like my life is about looking after her. She's everything to me. If I die, I fail. Did you get that in some way? But yeah, I was moving through space, and I was panicking. I was trying to fight it. I wanted to come back to the lounge, and over the course of probably 2.5 to 3 hours, I was coming back into the living room in agony, going back into space. But when I was in the space, I felt fine. I weren't in pain, and it was only when I come back into myself. And this happened, man. This could have happened 100 times, maybe even more. It was disgusting. I mean, the thought of just going between the two is just really, you know, it can make you feel sick. But I was really trying to fight to get back to back in myself, to be there for Sue, and I kept going back in and out, back into space, back into the lounge, back into space, back into the lounge, and so I had this big face on this planet looking at me. I was saying, I've got to get back, I've got to get back. Oh, I felt so dead though, honestly. If you see me, I was awful. And next thing I was in space, I was moving, there was these little cubes of light, like a really bright light, little rectangular cube sort of things, and there was loads of them, and they was moving around my space in a circular sort of motion out in space. And this was towards the last part of the experience, and the next thing, I'm back in the lounge, but I'm not going back to space again, if you get me. I'm back in myself, and I managed to get myself up off the chair, go into the bedroom, lay down, and I actually, you know, got to sleep, slept for that 4 hours. I woke up the next day, and I felt so much better. I felt like 3/4 of my old self, and within a week I was back to my old self. Felt brilliant. Nah, I'm not sure, because I didn't go to hospital, the doctors, to find out what was wrong. I think I might have picked up an infection or something somewhere that got to me lung, possibly like pneumonia, because I was checking out some of the symptoms. It sounded a lot like pneumonia, what I had. And because of the breathing, the pain in the chest, I think my lungs were probably filled with fluid. As I say, my maximum breath was that is all I could take. And talking on the phone, moving around the flat, I was just gassed, totally dead. Thought I was going to die and just collapse. But some people I've talked to, so I haven't told many people about this. I don't mind so much doing like a YouTube video, because, you know, hopefully no one who knows me, other than a selected family, are going to see this. But, you know, fuck me, if I showed this to everyone down the town or something where I live, they'd think I'm insane. But not that I really care, but you know what I mean, the way people talk and that. But yeah, this near-death experience, you know, I believe in God. I have done for probably about 5 or 6 years, and quite interested. One of those who, you know, I'm sort of looking for things, if you get me. Always on YouTube, and I'm interested in a lot of things. And I do believe in him and Jesus. And I strongly, you know, no one's going to ever change my mind, especially after this experience of wanting to know what is after death. I feel that, you know, I know there's life after death. I'm like, this isn't something I need to reassure myself of. It's just, you know in yourself. This wasn't a hallucination, because, you know, I was very much aware of what's going on, and it weren't like everything was in sort of cartoony graphics and there was some bloody monster or something. Everything just seemed real, yet in my head I knew that I should be back home looking after my partner, you know, and given the way I felt and that death was imminent, very close. But I believed that I was fixed. And them little cube things going around me done something to me. So when I come back into myself in my living room, and I went to bed and woke up the next day and felt so much better. It was, you know, I mean, this is over 2 years ago. I've told this story to a few people in the family, close people that I can trust. Some of them have questioned it, but, you know, some believe me because, you know, I'm not a bullshitter and they trust me. It's nice to have people in your life that can trust you, even if it is something a bit mad. You know, it's nice to be able to trust people. But the pain was beyond anything I've ever experienced. I've been hit with bottles, I've been fucking jumped by people, fucking people punching me, you know, jumped by gangs and all this shit, which was nothing, man, nothing. No illness I've had or anything's put me in that much pain. And I am an idiot because I know in myself I could have died so easily, you know, and I risk letting that happen. And the devastation that would have caused towards my family and my partner not being able to look after her, all because of my stubbornness, you know. So from my experience, from the whole thing, I'm sort of happy because I experienced something not many people are going to experience, and maybe it's too late when they do, or they're going to have to wait to a very long stage in life before they experience it. And so I'm glad in the sense that, you know, I've experienced that. But if that ever happened again, I would definitely have to go to the hospital immediately, because it isn't worth the risk of putting my family and that through the heartache for me just being stupid. But my near-death experience, you know, that's what it was. I mean, I probably haven't explained it more. I've sort of come out here, done a little bonfire, and I should have planned it a bit better, because I'm not a brilliant talker at doing these sort of videos and that for YouTube. So I dare say a lot of you will probably be a bit pissed off with this. And the quality, I've got no idea what the quality is like. It's getting dark out here. But, yeah. Just please though, don't go in the comment section and start hammering me, because, I mean, you can if you want. But this is purely just out there to sort of share with someone else, people that have had similar thing, you know. For instance, if you're an atheist, why you're going to be watching this fucking video of me talking about a near-death experience and God when you don't believe in him anyway? So, yeah, I may try and do another video a bit better and try and go over things in more detail, but I don't know, just I hope some of you get where I'm coming from, and I sort of shared it with you in a half-decent way. But I'm absolutely certain there's life after death, and no one's going to make me think differently. That's between me and whoever I tell. And God, nah, I've done a hell of a lot of bad in my life. Don't get me wrong, I ain't done a lot of terrible things. There's some bad things, you know. I'm no saint. I believe in God, but I sin every day. You know, I think humans are prone to sinning. You know, no matter how hard I try, I'll say things like God damn, Jesus Christ when I'm pissed off. And I shouldn't do it, you know, straight away that's associated with God, something bad, and I don't know why I do it. But I do believe in him. Do I think I'm going to heaven when I die? Not necessarily, I'm not expecting to. I hope for God's forgiveness, but at the same time, if I didn't get to go in, you know, I totally understand. And he seems, no matter how hard I try and do right each day, I'll keep, you know what I mean, I just can't, I keep making mistakes. You know, whether it's moaning or having yump with someone or whatever, you know, but... God, man, this video is going to be a right nightmare to watch, man. But anyway, good luck to you all out there, and God bless. Peace out.